Nice to meet you here in the United Kingdom.
Nice to meet you. Finally, we've been talking for a year now.
Yes. We finally met each other far from our homes, far from our homelands. We are here in a casting field near London. We had some questions from our followers and from our fans, so I will just state these questions to you. So this is not a question just for me. Can you please introduce yourself in a few sentences?
I'm Samyy. I'm 27 years old. I've been doing casting for I think the last 3 years, but more professional and training more. I've been fishing for about 4 years here in England. I'm into sports for about 20 years. I've been doing some different sports like football. I play football at high level. I'm double champion, national champion. Soccer. Yeah, we call it football. And then I went into MMA, which is mixed martial arts. Now here I am. I do some work in the gym and casting.
Which achievements are you proud of? What records are you holding? What's your longest cast in the carp?
I think I'm proud about all my results in casting tournaments, because there's a lot of work behind it. Last year we had a very big competition in Romania where you had your country there. It was nice meeting them. Great casters, very good. And my biggest distance so far is 240 meters, 79 centimeters. With a gap here, with exactly that run.
Super. With plain land?
Plain land. Yes. Actually, the line was 0.26, 0.36 braided leader, and a plain land. Exactly like that one, same rod, same length. Yes, I normally using like tournaments. I use like a little 6 centimeters plastic bag behind the lead.
So the next question is connected to these nice numbers you have. So how much work did you put into achieve these records?
So let's say in the last 2 years, I have no days off. It's like 4 days in the gym, 3 days on the field every single week. I've tried to put them together, so sometimes, especially if I get closer to a competition, I've got maybe 2 trainings a day, one on the field and one on the gym. I think they need to be able to cast big distances. You need to put everything in it, and you need to train a lot.
The big distances comes
and obviously
sports behind yourself is also
yes, it's important to have like good lifestyle and to be into sports. If everyone can do it, so it's just how bad you want it, how bad you want to cast bigger distances, and then you're gonna start training. And I think that's the secret, if you ask me. Obviously, you need very good rods, good reels. You need a good wind.
Later we will talk about this. Okay, yeah. So that's another question. Super. Yes. The next question is from the average anglers and persons. So as you say, you are a sportsman. I also have a sports pass behind me. So that helps a lot.
Yeah.
But we are talking mostly about average persons, average anglers, and they ask that what is the, let's say, an average distance you can achieve with some day training on the field. So they go to you or to me or some teachers. They have 1 or 2 day practice or training tuitions. What's achievable?
I think distances like
with plain lead, with the same setup. So we talk everything is the mono, the braid, and only LED.
Yeah, I think this is a bit difficult to answer, because you can get an average fisherman that is 2 meters tall and very big guy. You'll always cast better if he learns the technique. And then you can get like a skinny guy, you won't be able to do the same result. The genetics, like how big you are and how tall you are, it plays an important role in casting. Yes.
Because everyone has the same rope, the same length.
Yeah.
But yeah, the weight is absolutely plays okay.
Yeah, and how tall you are, the same. That plays an important part. Because, for example, I'm not very tall. I'm just 180. And then if I'm going to compete against a 2 meters tall guy, which is good, he will always get an advantage because he's tall, and as he gets more expansive in the cast, he's bigger. He's able to make a bigger arch, which means bigger distances.
So you have to go.
That yes, but at the same time, if you're a little bit skinnier and a little bit shorter, you can get an advantage too, depending on the weather conditions, because you can be faster. Okay, speed again, it's a very important part of the casting. So it doesn't matter. It's basically who's bigger have an advantage because he's just bigger and he can put on more weight on the rod. But who's smaller, he got an advantage too because he's faster. The smaller guys, technically, they come in from their genetics, they get faster. So that's very important part. And to actually answer the questions, I think you can cast big distances like 200 plus, being an average, fisherman, and don't pay too much attention into casting and train regularly for casting. So I think 200, 210 meters, maybe more, depending on your skills. Yes, I had few guys on my casting lessons, and they were just fishing. Since they came to me, they were just fishing. Obviously, they fished in Romania, where there's quite some big lakes. But I've seen people casting 200 meter plus with no training. So that's achievable. If you've got the right gear, the right rod, and the right reel for it, and if you've got the technique.
Technique is the key.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's jump to these questions because this is what is the most important thing in casting, and if you can make an arrangement. So what's the most important and the less important? So make a lineup maybe, and how much percentage they add to the cast. Like you said, the technique, rod, reel, line. So what you think?
I think if you are into casting like competitional casting, where you go to tournaments, I think it has to be a complete package. Technique, power, speed, your genetics, everything. It has to be.
So this is the person.
Yeah.
The person is always the first. I'm saying.
Yes, obviously, because you are the person that's behind the rod all the time.
Because a lot of people come to me want to buy an expensive horizon rod, and they are thinking they will cast now 200 meters, but they don't. And I think the most important is also the person. The rod
Yes.
comes behind. You need a good rod, but let's say your
Yeah, I would say in the top one there will be technique, because it doesn't matter what rod you buy. You can buy that one, which is, I think, is a very expensive rod, but that doesn't come with distance. You can cast a big distance in the right hands, but it doesn't come with distance. So if you buy it, you have to make sure you put your interest in it and practice to get a better technique for it. And with this one as well, I think it's a technique first on the top is number one technique, and then second I think is how strong you are.
Gear-wise,
I think that's three. I was saying three. Yeah, because they're very important. But if you don't have the power and the technique, they won't be as good.
reel, line, guides, how do you rate them?
I think reel is important. You won't add a big number of meters. I don't think so. I think
take 1, 2, 3 meters.
it could be, let's say, up to 3-5 meters, depending on the reels. I've cast big distances with. I'm not actually casting this one, but I use Emblem surf. I use the tournament, and I've cast big distances with them too. Not a huge difference between them, because obviously you have to cast them one after each other in the same conditions to actually see the differences. If you cast a big distance today and then use the other reel 2 weeks later, well, it won't be the same. Line, again, I think line could add some meters, depending on the line. Some people saying, some producer say my line is 0.25, but if you actually measure it, it's not 0.25. And if I have a real 0.25 and you have 0.27, I will cast more than you. Even 0.02, that will count in the big distances. And yes,
So guides,
guides, I don't think it has distance. No, I had my biggest distance before this one. The latest one I had my biggest distance on the Kaigen. Yeah, the normal Kaigens.
but
that
50
comes on.
mils.
Yeah,
50. So
Yeah,
you
definitely
have to
50.
use 50 mils.
yeah, definitely 50. 50 mil to 16.
To 60, yes.
That's the standard I always use.
Okay. So, okay. One last question is why you think the horizon rods are better than their concurrences? There is a lot of concurrences in every price range. A lot of cheap ones that you say you can cast 200 meters. I have done also. Why should the buyer buy the horizon instead of Feliratozás? What do you feel about this?
My personal opinion about this is when I take my rod onto the casting field, I want to make sure whatever I do to that rod, it holds. Well, using horizon rods, you get that certain, confidence that the rods are capable of casting big distances, because it's been proven for, I think, the past 20 years since Derby was with horizon and all that. The rods have proven over the past 20 years that are, I'm not going to say the best, they're one of the best, because I respect all the other rod companies. But I think personally for me, I think they're the best rods that have been ever made. But not just for long distances.
Yeah, they are very nice rods with fishing abilities.
Yes, yeah. Starting from 9 feet to 13 feet. I don't know. There are a lot of different types and lengths. But casting wise, because this is what we do most of the times. Personally, I have my biggest distances with them, so I'll cast them.
Speaking for myself, I always want to improve myself, and I always look forward to some training and some improvements. So we are here on the field, and let's cast some with the very best caster on the earth. One of the best casters on the earth. So I hope I can also learn something, and let's flex some rods.
Let's go.